Over here at Unstoppable, I've got a crazy goal this year. I want to help 1,000 people be more proactive in their lives. Now, on this episode, I'm going to talk about what it even looks like when you're proactive and why you should be doing it too. Intro. What's up, everybody? I'm TK. You are watching another Unstoppable Sunday. Unstoppable Sunday is all about pausing and reflecting and getting more proactive about the week ahead. We do this by answering two questions. Number one, where am I? And number two, what do I do next? On this episode, it's a very special episode. I'm gonna be talking about what the end result looks like when you've actually become more proactive in your life. Now, we're on this big mission. We created this Unstoppable Life Planning Guide. It helps people plan out their lives. They look ahead for 6 years on what they want, then they look at the year ahead, and then they look at the week ahead. And it's all about getting you to stop reacting to life and getting you to be more proactive about life. In this episode, I'm gonna walk you through how I came across this system, how it changed my life, and what the end result looks like if you put in the work. I thought this would be a good topic to talk about today, this Sunday, because in the past week, nearly 1,200 people have downloaded our Unstoppable Life Planning Guide. So you're probably watching, thank you for downloading. You're probably going through the process of creating your life plan. I wanted to show you what the end result looks like so you can get pumped about finishing your life plan and starting to execute on it. And for those of you that haven't downloaded it yet, the link is below. You can get started. And in this episode, I'll show you what it actually looks like to have a proactive life plan and not count down to every weekend as you're going through your week. So firstly, let me just talk about how I came across this. About 10 years ago, I was going into my Sunday and I felt the knot in my stomach. I was dreading Monday. I was worried about Monday. I had this angst. And it wasn't just about Monday, it was about the whole week, my work, what am I doing? It was just a feeling of just angst. And the thing that I did is I escaped. I just turned on some Netflix and I just ignored the situation, only to go into the Monday and go through work. And I was counting down for the weekend to come and just kind of barely reacting to the week to get through the week so that the weekend comes again, only so that I can go into the Sunday again and feel angst and go into the Monday and count down to the weekend. You get the picture. And that was where I was, and something flipped inside of me. And I said, you know what? There's just no way I can just keep living like this. There's no way I'm gonna keep reacting to everything that's coming my way and just doing that and not taking a more proactive approach to life so I can go get what I want. I wanna go get what I want. I'm willing to work for it. This is not it. I wanna go make a change. And that was this aha moment, that mindset shift that just happened, just like that. And that was the moment I decided that I'm gonna get more proactive about life. Now, the problem with that is just because I made that mindset shift, Monday morning, I'm not gonna be able to quit my job. I'm not gonna be able to just go do what I want. I had bills to pay, I had responsibilities. And so oftentimes we make that mindset shift, but we don't know how to make the changes in our lives. And a lot of times we want those changes to be instantaneous instead of taking a long view on how to slowly make those changes to get to the life that we want over a longer period. And that's where this all came in. I started to develop one by one a set of systems and processes that helped me lay out a vision for my life, reflect on what's working, and little by little make the changes that I want so that I can go get the life that I deserve. So when I started to take a more proactive approach to life, my reality didn't change right away. I still had the same job. I still had the same stressors in my life. But because I started taking a more proactive approach, I knew that they were gonna be temporary. I knew that over time, I would phase out all the things that I didn't like in my life. And because I started to take a more proactive approach, I started cutting down on Netflix, I stopped dreading Mondays, I stopped counting down to weekends, and I started to get really purposeful about how I spend every single day of my life, getting to the North Star that I defined for myself for that life that I deserve, and that's how I started to get more proactive. And if you fast forward to today, so 10 years ago, I started to get more proactive about my life, and I started to follow these steps that I outline in our guide. It's kind of a special day today, particularly because over the last 10 years, ever since I started to get more proactive, I started and sold one company. I helped sell a second company, And as of 2 days ago on Friday, it was my last day with a job with any of those companies that I help sell. And now with 2019, I'm gonna be living life exactly the way I want because 10 years ago I made a decision to get more proactive. And now that doesn't mean you have to just go toil away for 10 years to get to this moment. Through those 10 years, I just got to better and better and better levels of what I wanted in my life. I quit my job nearly 10 years ago, my finance job, and started my own company. And I grew that company to points where I never thought was possible, but I always wanted and dreamed of. I sold that company to a market leader, and then I took on bigger roles to the company I sold it to. All those things happened for me. That decade of productivity got launched because I started to take a more proactive approach to life. Now, if you're interested in getting more proactive about your life, you can download the guide that we created. It's a book that helps you walk through the 5 steps you need to create that proactive life plan. It's worked wonders for me. It's worked wonders for other people. Some of you that are watching downloaded it and are going through it. So it's super exciting, especially with our mission this year of helping 1,000 people become more proactive in their lives. Now, in this episode, as I wrap, I kind of shared why I got proactive, how I came up with the system. I want to show you what the end result looks like. I want to show you how I continue to be more proactive in my life, the tools that I use that are described in the guide, so you can start to see what the end result looks like. Beyond the fact that 10 years from now, you could be retiring if that's what you want. So let me kind of walk you through that as the last piece of this episode. I'm super excited about this. So when you follow the Unstoppable Life Planning Guide, you're gonna end up with 3 things when you go through the whole thing. The first thing you're gonna end up with is a document like this. I've been using this for about 5 years or so, and there's another document that goes even older. But this document is nearly 200 pages long. It goes through 15, 16, 17, 2018, and now we're getting into 2019 as well. This helps me take stock of where I am right now. That's what Unstoppable Sunday is all about. Where am I and what do I do next? And I do it every Sunday to get tethered to my overall life plan. The second thing you're gonna get is a 365-day life calendar. So once you get control over your week, then you start to take control over your coming year. And this is a macro view of all the places that I'm gonna be, where I'm gonna spend time, where I go for holidays, when I have vacations planned. It's all mapped out here so I can get more proactive about the entire year. And then the third thing is this Unstoppable 5-year plan. So once you've got your week in order, you've got your year in order with all your current reality and commitments, then you start to zoom out and start to map out what my 5-year strategy and plan is gonna be. And that we follow you through some very specific questions to answer for yourself, which will help you then get to a vision for yourself 5 years from now. And with these 3 documents alone, it helps me get a hold of where I am this week, where I am the whole year, and where I want to be 5 years from now. And those are just the beginnings of getting more proactive about your life and creating a strategy for your life so that you can go get the life that you deserve. Now, I can't stress enough how much leading a more proactive life has gotten for me, which is why we created this book, which is why we have a mission to impact 1,000 people to go do this. So if you're going through this guide right now and following the steps, keep going. You're gonna get all the things that you want out of life if you follow it. And in case you're wondering how it all comes together, that's why I wanted to show you. I follow this every Sunday. I write down where am I and what do I do next. Every week, I also review what my coming year looks like and what's coming up in the next 6 weeks so I can get proactive about that. And then constantly, I define who I want to be 5 years from now so that I can start guiding my life towards that and changing my reality towards that. If you want to go make all this happen for yourself, you need to do 2 things. One, you need to snap your fingers and make that mindset change in saying that, no, I want to get more proactive about your life. And then you need to work at it every week so you can change your reality around you to match the mindset that you have around the life that you want to go get. This has unlocked a decade of productivity for me. It has helped me get the life that I want. And I want at least 1,000 people this year to go get that too. So the question is, are you going to be one of those 1,000? If you've downloaded the guide and you're following it, keep going. Email me, tk@getunstoppable.com if you've got questions. If you haven't downloaded it yet, follow the link below and let's get proactive together. And remember, everyone needs a strategy for your life, but yours needs to be unstoppable. I'm TK. Thank you for watching. See you next week.